I did the history of UFC. Everybody knows the UFC. If you have TV, it's the Ultimate Fighter Challenge, and it's a sports industry of MMA, mixed martial arts. The history of UFC, it started in 1993 by Semaphore Entertainment Group, but it was bought out by Lorenzo and Frank Fertitta and Dana White, and Fertitta's being CEOs, and Dana White being the current president and final president. And originally, UFC 1, which was the very first tournament to ever held, it only had 3 rules to it. It had no biting, no eye gouging, and no groin shots. Other than that, everything else pretty much went. And the very first man to ever win this was Royce Gracie. And to join UFC, there are basically only 3 ways. Join your local MMA gym with UFC attachments, like almost a lot, basically a lot of UFC competitors have their own gym program, like Rashad Evans, Lyoto Machida. They're pretty famous with their gym ownerships. And examples of these are the American Kickboxing Academy and Black House, which are located all over the United States at the moment. The second is to join WFA, World Fighting Alliance. And this is basically how UFC was originally. It's anybody off the street can come in, fight, possibly win money, make a name for themselves. And if you're good enough, UFC, they send out a UFC recruiter. And if they watch you fight and if they like you, they send you a contract for a match. And if you win that, you're in the UFC. And the third way, which is the unconventional way, is to win their TV competition, The Ultimate Fighter, which is 16 people for 16 weeks for 2 teams fight, and whoever comes out on top gets a full ride to the UFC. And UFC is basically like any organization. Over 20 years, things will change. The rules have changed, and I could stand up here all day and tell you how they've changed, but I'm going to stick to the main 3 because minutes here. Okay. Basically, the first one was weight classes were added. In the original UFC, a 250-pound guy could fight a 150-pound guy, and it'd be completely legal. No one would question this. Now, each fighter has to be within 10 pounds of each other, or else it's counted unethical. Gloves and mouthpieces were added. And the original one is you went in there with your own clothes. No gloves, no headgear, no mouthpiece, no nothing. You just walk to the end. And now there's this thing called a TKO, which is called a technical knockout. And during the fight, a ref who thinks a fighter who's had enough beating, he can cancel the fight and call TKO as a victory. And since 2001, which is when Frank Fertitta's and Dana White took over it from Semaphore, that's basically when all the changes started. And over the last 3 years, its fan base has surprisingly increased 15%, being as the NFL has actually lost half percent of its audience. So it is actually the most rapidly growing sport in the industry, and will continue to rise throughout the years. And in conclusion, the UFC is just another sports industry. It has a history of why people wanted to start. It needs people to join, and for our fans to watch down, send them our money so they can grow happy, and it is always susceptible to change.